What's going on, everyone? So today, we're doing our NFL Week 2 power rankings. This is just like a recap for every team's performance and how I think they stack among the rest of the teams in the league. So let's get started. Okay, starting at number 32, no change from last week, same spot. Miami Dolphins. Miami might have the worst team of football. I watched a bit of their game on Sunday. They allowed points on 12 consecutive drives, if not more. Or, I know, they didn't get blown out of the water, and I think it could be a little low, but I think Miami is the worst team in football. They were bottom 5 at the start. Miami, I don't know what to say. Number 31, moving down a spot, Cleveland. It's just some other teams, I think, are better than Cleveland. And that's most of the league. And Cleveland got blown out to Baltimore, but that's not the reason they moved down. Baltimore is the superior team and should be treated as such. But it might be a lost season for Cleveland. Might be time to give one of the rookie QBs a look. Number 30. Moving down 8 spots from last week, the Chicago Bears. Now, I was high on the Chicago Bears in the offseason. I thought they'd make the playoffs. I am not comfortable picking Chicago to win anything now. Because year after year, they'll just disappoint me. I should know a thing about that because I'm a Cardinals fan. But the Cardinals are doing well. We'll get to them later. But the Bears. Oh, man. I don't know what to say. I mean, they proceed to get blown out by the Lions, and the Vikings, they either choke a game or get blown out. I know, small sample size, but I am not sold on the Bears anymore. Number 29, same spot as last week, Carolina. Now, Carolina needs to work on closing out. No, wait, who am I talking about? Carolina, no, they don't need to worry about closing out games. They need to worry about starting games hot. That's what they need to worry about. Like Carolina, oh god, hey, they looked awful for the first 3 quarters against Arizona. I thought it could have been a closer game, but yeah. It might be another lost season in Carolina. We'll see. Okay, number 28. Same spot as last week. Tennessee Titans. Now, I'm going to be a little more generous with the Titans. I think they have a tough schedule, a little bit tougher now than I originally thought it would be. But considering who everyone else that we've talked about so far played, Carolina played Jacksonville and Arizona, maybe not the best, except for the Cardinals. We'll see who else played. Cleveland played Cincinnati and Baltimore. Those are 2 tough opponents. But divisional opponents. And so Cleveland had it in tough. Miami played Indianapolis and New England. Not very tough, apparently. And who else did we talk about? Chicago played Detroit, Minnesota. So some tough, some not. But Titans had to play the Broncos and the Rams. That's pretty tough. And sure, they hung around for good portions of the game. And so, the effort is there. The effort's there in Tennessee. That's more I can say about the other teams we've talked about, especially Miami. But Tennessee, the effort's there. And they might put it all together and win a game sometime. But for now, I have the Titans at 28th. Okay, we keep it going with number 27. Moving up 4 spots from last week, despite not winning their game. New Orleans. Now, New Orleans. The effort, the Saints, they kind of look average on the field, but not good enough to win average. But considering what everyone thought they were supposed to be, myself included, what everyone thought they were supposed to be, like, they're supposed to be a remake of the 2023 Carolina Panthers, but like in different city, different uniform, different roster, that sort of thing. They look a little better than that. I mean, they're not winning games, but they had to play Arizona and San Francisco. That's could be considered a murderer's row of competition. And Arizona is promising this year, but we'll get to them later. And San Francisco is more the superior team over the Saints. So, and we'll see how they do against the Seahawks. I'm rooting for you guys. But, yeah. For now, New Orleans is number 27. Okay, number 26, moving down 6 spots from last week. New York. Or Jets. The Jets. Jets got blown out by the Bills, the Buffalo Bills. There's no shame in that. They lost to a superior team. Justin Fields did go out with a concussion protocol. That's a bit worrisome. Effort wasn't there in this game, unlike the Steelers game, because the Jets could have easily won the Steelers game. They had no chance against the Bills. Because the Bills are, whether they came in clutch or, we'll get to the Bills later, but the Jets, I feel bad for you guys. I just, maybe you guys could beat the Dolphins. Like, even if that's probably the next winnable game you have on your schedule. I don't think you play them again next. But number 25, New York Giants. Now, just like the Saints, the Giants' effort was there in just this week. But I didn't really slide them down. I moved them up a spot. Yeah, I moved them up one spot. Forgot to mention it. But New Orleans, the effort's there. Or New Orleans? What am I talking about? So discombobulated today. The Giants, the effort was there in last week against Dallas. They could have won that game. And they forced overtime down to the final few seconds. And someone who missed that game, whoa, I feel bad for you. That was a good game. And so let's move on to the second row. And we'll talk about the New York Giants' opponent next, number 24 this week, same spot as last week, Dallas Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys, they put in a good effort, too, against the Giants. Good effort from both teams. They're pretty much more equal than they've been for, like, 11 years. Or, it's a long time. But if the Giants had won, I would have put them over the Cowboys. But Dallas won, so they keep their spot, but just barely. Hey, like, it shouldn't have taken that long for the Cowboys to win. They still won the game. So, but I'm not sure. Not sure on them. Like, Cowboys don't have a murderer's row competition. They have to face the Bears next up, so yeah, it might be a win. Might be Dallas might not be bad after all. Possibly though. They could move up. Number 23, same spot as last week. The Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, what is going on with the Chiefs? They are not usually 0-2. 1-1 at worst, but 0-2. Like, who'd have thought the Chiefs' downfall was gonna come? Right here. I predicted that they start 0-2. Oh, I might be a genius. But I mean, they're injured. Or there's like friendly fire within that team. Like, I didn't think they had a chance, healthy or not. Because they were relying on referees and they somewhat mastered the dark arts, or at least that was popular opinion. last year, and I didn't think they could replicate it this year, and they have a way harder schedule. So, I mean, they do face the Giants next. So, yeah. The Chiefs, not a good start. Okay, number 22 this week. And moving down another one spot. Houston. Oh, I think it's time to panic. If you're Houston, you're probably thinking of hitting that panic button. Like, you got your hand on the panic button. Like, you lose a couple more, it might be time to panic. Houston has not lived up to expectations so far this year. Their offensive line is terrible, just like last year. But Houston's offensive line was terrible last year. They were still winning games. So, what's going on this year? Anyway, Houston and Jacksonville in Week 3 is going to be a must-win for Houston. And if they don't win that game, you might as well call it a lost cause. Not trying to discourage anyone, but yeah. Okay, number 21, moving up 6 spots from last week. It gives me no pleasure to do this. The Seattle Seahawks. Someone told me that I was being too hard on the Seahawks, so okay, you beat the Steelers quite dominantly. You move up 6 spots. You're welcome. But in all fairness, the Seahawks did play good against the Steelers. I'm quite surprised that Seattle beat Pittsburgh. Like, I thought Pittsburgh was the way better team. Came on both sides of the ball, and I was wrong. So, yeah. But Seahawks do have the Saints, so they could jump up quite quickly. Okay, number 20. Moving down 7 spots from last week. Minnesota. Wow, Minnesota is an ugly performance. J.J. McCarthy, I didn't think he was going to be good, and I might be right. He was good for 1 quarter, and that really messes the Bears up. He was not good versus the Falcons' defense. Falcons rebuilt their defense. We'll get to them in a minute. But the Falcons, the Falcons, they look pretty good. So, yeah. But Minnesota, their quarterback play is not good. Now, J.J. McCarthy's injured. I do not see them winning with Carson Wentz. I don't. So, Minnesota is number 20 and maybe expect them to go lower. Number 19. Same spot as last week, surprisingly. The Las Vegas Raiders. Now, Geno Smith threw 3 interceptions, committed 3 turnovers. One of those 2 things. Oh, my chair. But Geno Smith committed 2 or 3 turnovers. The offense was not clicking. But the Chargers defense might be one of the best in the league. They might be one of the best teams in the league. Maybe the best team in the AFC outside that's not named the Ravens or the Bills. So, yeah, like, there's no shame. And you guys get Washington. Might be hard, but there's no shame in the games that you either have played or are going to play. There's no shame. No shame, you guys. Guys, okay? So you don't need to beat yourself up. There's 1 loss to the Chargers. It's okay. You're way better than last year. Okay. Number 18. Moving up 7 spots from last week. The New England Patriots. The Patriots looked like the Patriots team of yesteryear, or the Tom Brady days. And I'm not referring to the 2024 Patriots. Oh no, I'm talking about like the Brady dynasty, Brady Belichick Super Bowls, all that thing. They looked like that against the Dolphins of all teams, which I know I have Miami as the worst team in the league. But the Patriots looked really good. But the offense was clicking on all cylinders all day, and the defense made some really good stops. So yeah, the Patriots, they might be great this year. Overhyping them a little, but let's talk about a similar team. Number 17, moving down just the one spot, Jacksonville. Jacksonville, man. And I mean, okay, you lost to the Bengals. The Bengals are like a top 10 team. And Joe Burrow started that game. I know Jake Browning finished the game, and he led the Bengals to the playoff. And he led the Bengals to the win. So, yeah. And I mean, for Jags fans, it's the Bengals. And Travis Hunter looks like a real good kid. Trevor Lawrence looks like he's having a pretty good year. Although he did have to play the Panthers. And the Bengals defense isn't the best. It's a bit better than last year, but it's not the greatest. So, yeah, Jacksonville, this really could be their year. Well, maybe in the sense of winning the AFC South, we'll talk about another AFC South contending team, and the team in first place in the AFC South, number 16, moving up yet another spot from last week, the Indianapolis Colts. Now, I am going to give a little bit of criticism here. I really don't think they should have been able to kick again. I didn't watch the end of that game. I don't know the breakdown that happened, but I really don't think that they should have been able to kick again. But regardless, Indianapolis, whether they were 2-0 or 1-1, they're still shattering people's expectations with Daniel Jones, of all people. Well, Daniel Jones is leading the Colts. Like I said in the summertime, I really don't think that I don't think that they'll be, I don't trust either of them to win a game. Daniel Jones won the starting job. Not going to change my mind. Watch him play. Okay, like, to do that to the Dolphins and maybe try to start good is one thing, but to do that to the Denver Broncos defense, which should be one of the best in the league, that's impressive. Well, and we'll see if the Colts can make it 3-0 versus the Titans on Sunday. But good job, Indianapolis. You're really defying my expectations. Alright, number 15 this week. Same spot as last week. The Detroit Lions. Now, the Lions, yeah, they blew out the Bears 21-52 this past week. But they just don't feel the same. Like losing your first game to Green Bay. Okay, there's no shame in that, but I mean, if I was a Detroit fan, I'd feel like different than I would if they had won that game. But hey, it's okay. It's all okay. I think the Lions might still be good this year. I don't know. I don't know if they'll be like really, really good this year. But who knows? Anything's possible. But slower start than usual. All I'm going to say about that. Number 14, same spot as last week. San Francisco. Now the Niners. Okay, well, they played the Seahawks, a healthy Niners team, or at least the Niners team that starts healthy. Usually pretty good against the Seahawks. Usually owns them. And the Saints don't win games. So, yeah. The Niners' first real test will be against the Redbirds. So, yeah. But, so far so good. Okay, number 13. Moving up 5 spots from last week. Team that really impressed me on Sunday night. The Atlanta Falcons. and the Falcons. So they just shut down the Vikings. Like, I think it was 12-6 when I turned it on. It was like a field goal contest. And then Atlanta decided, yeah, field goals, they're not going to fly off the page. Let's just start throwing touchdowns. And really finished the game off. And boy, they did. Boy, they did. Oh, Atlanta's such a good team. And well, maybe not such a good team, but like, the window of opportunity is there for Atlanta. I didn't feel it after week 1. I thought Minnesota would have been the better team, but the window of opportunity is there for the Falcons to seize. It seized the day, and I think they could do that. Okay, number 12, moving down 7 spots from last week. The Steelers, they did not impress me against the Seahawks. Number 1, I picked the Steelers to win. Number 2, Aaron Rodgers didn't look good. I mean, they hung in there and then they just let Seattle take over. You're not supposed to do that. You're a way better team than Seattle. Well, Pittsburgh, so what were you doing? And I mean, I shouldn't go full crash out on the Steelers. But Steelers, no, they didn't play a good game. And against New England, they might get it back together. We'll see. Steelers didn't impress me. Number 11. Moving up a spot from last week. The Rams. Now, the Rams, they're a good team. I mean, they clutched up against the Texans. They hung in there with the Titans and then blown them down. That's what good teams do. And I want to talk about the Tennessee game especially because, well, Tennessee, I mean, the effort's there, but the Rams executed more experience executing effort and therefore are the superior team. The Rams were superior against the Titans, and they prove it. It's like, you're supposed to be the superior team against the bad team. Go win the game. And they did. So, the Rams are a good team. Number 10. Staying in the same spot as last week. The Arizona Cardinals. I always want to move the Cardinals up. I really do. But there are like 9 way better teams. Like, way better. That the Cardinals, they're not going to pass. So, yeah, the Cardinals, they shouldn't try to make blowout games closer than they have to be. That's my one criticism with anything they've done in 2025 regular season. But they still won the game. Like, previous Cardinals teams would have found ways to either disappoint, get blown out, or lose. They wouldn't have found ways to win those games. But this Cardinals team, they're built different. And they're going to find ways to win the games. And I'm proud of them. It's like, keep doing that. And you'll win. You'll win a lot. Okay, number 9. Moving down 2 spots. Denver Broncos. Now, look. If Indianapolis looked like garbage in week 2 or week 1 and then beat the Broncos in week 2, I would have been a lot harder on Denver. But Indianapolis looked really good. Like they could beat anybody. I'm surprised they beat Denver with Denver's defense. I mean, sure. One bad, shocking game might happen for everyone this season. You don't want it to happen, but it might. It usually does. I mean, other than that, the re-kick at the end, all that drama. If it wasn't for that drama, Denver would have won the game. That's how close they were to 2-0. But the reality is that they lost. Austin, I have to take that into consideration. And so, it's just what I have to do. But Denver is was so close to 2-0, and I think they might bounce back. We'll see, though. Number... what is this? What number were you going to? Number 8. Same spot as last week. Tampa Bay. Now, Tampa Bay, they almost lost to Houston. I mean, Houston might still be a good team. We don't know. But the Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield still had a chip on his shoulder, and he executed a game-winning drive. Now, the one criticism of that, I don't know why I understand why they go for 2. Like, if you're successful on the 2-point conversion, and they can only tie you instead of kicking an extra point and leading them to the win. But, leading your opponent to a win. But, me, I would have kicked the extra point. There was like 6 seconds left to go on the clock. Like, once they got the kickoff return done, the game would have been over. Or that's the one criticism. But I trust the Buccaneers. I think they know what they were doing. And so the Buccaneers, they're my favorites to win the NFC South. Enough said. And at number 7, moving up 2 spots, Cincinnati. Now, Joe Burrow is injured. Okay? He is. And I made a video on that a couple days ago. But I don't feel like the Bengals are going to drop off all of a sudden. Because Jake Browning gives them a chance, which is more than I can say about any of the other backup QBs for the teams that are injured. So, yeah. But the Bengals still won the game. Jake Browning played really well. He led the team to victory, so focus on the good. Okay. And at number 6, dropping 3 spots, Washington. That's a bit surprising that Washington is dropping 3 spots. Well, am I going to criticize Washington? The offense wasn't going. No, I'm not. But, yeah, like, Jayden Daniels was supposed to be a shining star, and he wasn't last Thursday. Like, Thursday against the Packers. But, how is anyone supposed to be a shining star on offense when Green Bay is rushing 2 guys? One of those guys named Micah Parsons, who had experience demolishing Washington because he was on the Cowboys. And he's even better in Green Bay. It's like, how is anyone going to shine when the Packers are running 2 defenders? There's on the quarterback right at or before the snap. Not too early to get a flag, but not too late that the quarterback can do anything. Like don't set your offenses as expectations high when facing the Packers defense, because they can ruin an offensive day. But the Commanders, Jayden Daniels, his ribs do hurt right now, but I don't think it's really going to slow down the Commanders, and it's not going to slow him down. He's going to be back quickly. That's just my belief. But number 5, a fully healthy team right now, or fully healthy in the way they've been playing with the roster that they have, the LA Chargers, and they're moving up. Where do I have them? 6 last week out. They're moving up 1 spot. Thought I was moving them up higher, but hey, the Chargers, they really played well. They played like the Chiefs did, but they played like the Chiefs did last year. They might end up with something similar, but the refs don't make calls for them. The Chargers have arguably the most balanced roster in the AFC. And I think they could win the AFC West. I think it's the Chargers' reign of terror now. And they make it into my top 5, so that's pretty good. At number 4, moving up 7 spots, welcome back, Baltimore. Baltimore, They blew out Cleveland. Lamar Jackson threw 7 touchdowns. 7 touchdowns. Wow, that's impressive. Now, I know it was the Browns, and the Browns are not a good team. Let's not fool ourselves into thinking that they are. But the fact of the matter is that anytime your quarterback throws 7 touchdowns, it's a good day for your offense. Like, 7 touchdowns seemed wild to me at the time, but against the Browns and the Ravens doing it, it's not that absurd. It's actually really good. So, Baltimore's back. And number 3, they're moving up a spot. The Eagles. Now, the Eagles barely beat the Chiefs 20-17. Now, the Chiefs were leading at a point in the game, and I should have mentioned this with Kansas City, but no one's going to think about that right now. The Eagles, though, the Eagles are... They are what they thought that we were, and we thought they'd be really good. But people in general thought the Eagles would be very good, and they are. They are the Super Bowl champions. No one's beaten the Super Bowl champions yet, but I can't put them at number 1 because I feel like there's 2 teams playing way better than them. And also, almost blowing it against the Cowboys doesn't help them. But number 2, same spot as last week, Buffalo Bills. The Bills demolished the Jets. Josh Allen is him. And like nothing's gonna stop Josh Allen from working his magic, whether it's a tough opponent like the Ravens or a soft opponent like the Jets. And I don't see the Bills losing a game. The Bills might not lose a game. Who's thought of that? And now, your number 1 Green Bay Packers are at number 1. Same spot as last week. They keep their throne. Oh, now I don't know why I'm acting like the Packers won the Super Bowl. But still, the Packers get to stay at number 1 because they made Detroit and Washington 2 pretty good offenses, or really good offenses, depending who you ask. Made them look a little off or bad. That's credit to Green Bay's defense, and Green Bay's offense can complement it. And Green Bay only scored 27 points in both their games, but 27 is a really good number. And do I see them exceeding that when they play Cleveland next up? Yeah, Green Bay's got a shot to go like 4-0 or better. Like, Green Bay might not lose a game. I mean, for a very long time. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Be sure to like and subscribe for similar content. I'm going to keep these coming every Wednesday now. Every Wednesday. Hey, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.